Well, good morning, my lovelies, and I'm all out of breath. Welcome to a very overcast but very muggy Wednesday morning. I hope you're okay. Today I thought I would share with you some very influential women in my life. Some of them are from myth and legend, and some of them were actually real people, and they fascinate me altogether. They really do. Just very, very strong women, and I think, you know, we could all draw something from these strong ladies, because believe me, they had it hard and they managed to get through it. So the first one we're going to talk about is Freya. Now, whether you've seen it or not, but there is a little video on my channel of my Freya goddess altar, because I love Freya. She's a very strong lady, and she takes no shit from anybody, basically. So she's a Viking god of love, beauty, fertility, magic and war. She commands the Valkyries. Now, the Valkyries are female warriors, so when you die in battle, or you just pass over, you either go to Valhalla with Odin, or she will send the Valkyries down to come and get you, the females, to come and get you, and you can go and spend time with Freya and the rest of the gang, which I think is a lovely way to go. She has a chariot that's pulled by cats. I'm not a cat person, but how cool is that? But yes, I do think she's a very, very strong lady. Not to be messed with. So my next lady is not of myth and legend. She was actually alive, and her name is Athelflaed. Now, for those of you who watch The Last Kingdom, she was quite prominent within the seasons, and for those of you who don't know, she is part of our Tamworth heritage. So Athelflaed is the lady known as the Lady of the Mercians. She's also Alfred the Great's daughter. The nice thing about this is that she had exactly the same upbringing as her brother was. So she was taught how to read, how to write and warfare, which is quite unusual for a lady of her time, which then came into being of its own because she's famous for driving some of the Vikings out of Mercia. Come on, Lou, this way. And she lived at Tamworth Castle, where she did a lot of her commanding and stuff from there. And also, she died at Tamworth Castle. And she's buried in St Oswald's Priory with her husband. But this is a lady who was never queen, but to me did a better job than her husband did. She was the one who, built the burrs, built the lookout points, drove them out, kept them at bay. So she is a very, very strong lady for me. I love Athelflaed. She does resonate with me an awful lot. The other one I'm going to pick is Rhiannon. She's of myth and legend. She's a Welsh goddess. Now, you all know the story of Rhiannon. Her parents picked a husband for her, another god, and she didn't like him at all. She was like, no, I'm not marrying him. So despite her parents, she married a mortal. They had a son, and the chap she was supposed to have married didn't like that, so he then spread a rumour around saying that she'd killed and eaten her child, which is of a death penalty, as we know. But her husband, the mortal, convinced everybody that death was not the thing but a lifetime of punishment. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So she had to stand at the city gates and tell everybody what she'd done, and carry people through the gates and up the street into the city on her back. After years of doing this, her son finally reappeared, because he'd been kidnapped, and all was forgiven. So now the other lady I want to discuss was a mortal, and to me this is a lady you do not want to mess with at all. This lady is called Boudica. Some of you may know her as Boadicea, but she's called Boudica. Her and her husband were the leaders of the Iceni tribe, and when the Romans invaded England, they were going to take her land. Come on, Lou, this way. They were going to take her land, and she said, "You're not having it." And they said, "No, okay, we won't take your land. You and your husband, you know, pay us homage, pay us taxes, whatever." Okay. When her husband did die, the Romans came marching in and took her land. So she put up a bit of a fight, and because of that, she was beaten, and they raped her daughters in front of her. So you can obviously tell that this woman's not a happy bunny. So she got all her tribe and any other surrounding tribe who wanted to help, and they raged a war on the Romans. They really raged a war on the Romans. And it went on for months, to be honest with you. But towards the end, when she knew that she'd lost vital resources and people to fight, and they knew she was cornered, rather than being taken prisoner by the Romans, she poisoned herself, and to this day nobody knows where she's buried. But yeah, she's another strong lady who I wouldn't want to upset or mess with, because I have visions of her raging through the grasslands and the woods with long flowing hair and flowing skirts and capes, just screaming her head off, hacking and slashing wherever she may go. So yes, Boadicea or Boudica is another one of my strong ladies. I'm going to throw this one in here because this one fascinates me. Her name's Morrigan, and she's of Irish mythology, and translated it means Great Queen. She's associated with war, death, fate, foretelling, doom, victory in battle. She's also the Queen of the Corvids, which is the collective name for crows, ravens, magpies, jackdaws, anything like that. And I love crows. I think crows are amazing. They tickle me to death, somewhat rotten. But yes, she's another one who I think you know you can feel the strength from her. She's another strong lady. So lovelies, those are my strong women who I feel drawn to and find of interest. So I hope you all have a very blessed Wednesday. Please do look after yourselves. If you're struggling, please speak to somebody. please reach out and speak to somebody, because there's always somebody there that will help you. Look after one another, it's important. And if nothing else in this world, lovelies, please be kind to one another, because you don't know what that other person's going through. And as always, I'm sending you all much love and many, many blessings.